We are back, yes, for another round of predictions in the Championship. We're now on to game week 3. It all kicks off on Friday evening when Sheffield Wednesday take on Leeds United. Leeds United back-to-back draws now in the league. It was a 0-0 draw with West Brom last time out. Prior to that, it was a 3-3 draw with Portsmouth, taking on a Sheffield Wednesday side who, after that opening weekend demolition of Plymouth, lost last time out by the same scoreline, 4-0 to Sunderland. So in this one, I think Leeds, even though they've lost Rutter now, who's gone to Brighton, I think they'll gain all 3 points in this Yorkshire derby. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win there on Friday under lights. We then move to Saturday lunchtime. Bristol City taking on Coventry. This one promises to be a real close affair. Bristol City currently in 6th position after 2 games. Have done well. It was a high-scoring 4-3 victory against Millwall and a draw against Hull on the opening weekend. And Coventry City leaving it late against Oxford to take all 3 points. So expect another tight one here. Could be lots of goals, but I'm going to keep it down to 1-1. I think they'll cancel each other out. Also at 12:30 lunchtime on Saturday, because of these TV deals, there's more lunchtime kickoffs, especially on a Saturday. We've got Hull City coming up against Millwall. Both of these teams without a win thus far, but I do fancy the Tigers at home because Millwall haven't had the best starts, but they have surprised me by scoring, was it five goals so far. So this one, I think they'll get a goal again, Millwall. But Hull, okay, been a little bit drab so far, but I think they'll win this one 2-1. I think Millwall still missing a couple of players in defence there. We then move on to Loftus Road, another 12:30 match. Got QPR against Plymouth. Plymouth surprising some people last time out with that 1-1 draw against Hull, and QPR a 2-2 draw against Sheffield United, which was a decent result, and I think they'll take all 3 points here in London, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory to the R's. Next up we got Blackburn against Oxford United at Ewood Park. Of course, Smodic leaving for Ipswich Town. Oxford United, that defeat against Coventry City last time out. Blackburn doing alright so far, but can they overcome this Oxford side? I think they can, and I think they're going to do it quite comprehensively. I think they'll concede, and I can see this one ending at 3-1. We then move up to the Riverside Stadium, 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Got Middlesbrough against Portsmouth. Portsmouth doing well to get draws so far in the Championship, and Middlesbrough last time out a loss against Derby 1-0, and hopefully they'll bounce back in this game, and I think they will. I think it's going to be another tight one, but I think Middlesbrough will come through 1-0. We then move on to Carrow Road, East Anglia. Norwich against Sheffield United. Sheffield United being held 2-2 against Queen's Park Rangers. I think they were 2-0 up in that match as well. And Norwich, a very stuttery start against teams that aren't really fancied this season either. So I'm going to go for a victory to the Blades in this one, and I think they'll come away with Carrow Road all 3 points in a 2-1 win. We then move up to Deepdale, where Preston take on Luton. Preston absolutely tanked by Swansea last weekend, 3-0. A very peculiar result there down in South Wales. Luton Town, Mark McGuinness now joining them from Cardiff in a deal that could be worth £10 million. If criteria is met there, but a draw against Portsmouth last time out. In this one, you've got to fancy Luton in this one. Preston haven't been the best so far, and I think they'll come away with a 2-0 win there in Deepdale. Then we move up to Stoke, or down to Stoke rather. We've got Stoke City against West Brom. This one's a tight one. Last time out, Stoke City losing 3-0 against Watford. Not a good result there. And West Brom, a draw against Leeds, who are fancied this season. So this one I could see West Brom winning, but I am going to go for a draw, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. We then move up to the North East, where Sunderland Stadium Light started really well, but so as Burnley. This is first against second. Burnley, okay, they had a bit of a slow start against Cardiff, but absolutely demolished them 5-0. And Sunderland gaining that 4-0 victory over Sheffield Wednesday, where it was absolutely phenomenal. This one, I think Burnley are going to take all 3 points. Once they get going, I think they can beat anyone in this league, but so could probably Sunderland. But I'm going to go for a 3-1 away win to Burnley. Then we move down to Vicarage Road, where Watford take on Derby County. Okay, Derby County got their first win of the season with that 1-0 victory over Middlesbrough. On the road, though, I don't fancy Derby much this season. Watford, surprising everybody, an excellent 3-0 win against Stoke, which was a follow-up to that 3-2 victory over Millwall, and I think they're going to take all 3 points in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Watford. I think Derby will score. Then, the final fixture of this game week, South Wales Derby at the Swansea.com Stadium. Now, everything in this match points to a Swansea win. Good 3-0 victory against Preston last time out in Cardiff, yet to score, conceding 7 goals, albeit against Burnley and Sunderland, who have looked really good. Derby, anything can happen. Got to fancy Swansea, especially with their recent record, especially at the Swansea.com Stadium. However, I do believe this one is going to end up in a draw. It all depends on what sort of setup Cardiff has, especially with their midfield three. So I'm going to give the Bluebirds the benefit of doubt, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 scoreline. So those are my predictions. In the overall table for the Superbru tournament, which we've got going on, of course, which if you want to play along, then all the details are in the description, and Vince Tugwell there. Currently on 25 points, 4 points above Swansea City 1. Vince overall has got 3 perfect scores in the 2 game weeks that it's played, and Swansea City 1 has just got the 1 perfect score. So all to play for. Plenty of games as well to predict this season. We're only on game week 3. So again, those are my predictions on the screen for you to enjoy. But thanks for joining me once again. Enjoy the championship over the weekend, all the action, and I'll see you in the next video.